second installment of recent acquisitions. This will be European models, and not necessarily by European manufacturers, but rather European subject matter. So by now, you guys all know the gag here. I have a feeling that I'm in black and white. I know that this is colorized because I can see it on the monitor that it is, but just the way the lighting in here, it's making me look very pale, and it's the whole black and the glare. It's yeah. And by the way, this is not an in memory of someone shirt. It's the in memory of when I cared shirt that I've actually seen a few people wear. Oh, I've got it for me for Father's Day, and it's I remember when I cared. Do you? Anyway, over there. See you in a second. All right, guys, this should be a fairly short video. Hopefully, we've only got 5 kits in this pile, so we'll try to knock them out real quick. First one up here is a Fujimi. This is the Mini Cooper S with a John Cooper Works kit. Fujimi made several of the new BMW built Mini Coopers. This one, of course, like I said, happens to be the John Cooper Works version. There are various variants of this kit. Some have left-hand drive, some don't. Much to my chagrin, this one doesn't. I thought it did. Not that it really matters, because I think this is probably the best looking one as far as the wheel options that you're given, as well as just the generalized car in and of itself. A lot of the other Mini Coopers they did are very factory stock, and that makes them very base trim. So it's a curbside kit. The only thing about this that makes it kind of interesting is the fact that the kit is molded in red, but the roof itself is a separate piece and it's molded in white, so that if you wanted to do this color scheme in particular, especially, you can do that easily. I know a lot of people don't like painting red bodies. I've never been a person who's had a problem with that, but at any rate, if you wanted to keep it a light top with a dark bottom, it's very easy to do because, like I said, the roof is its own separate piece. It also makes masking a lot easier. You just have to mask off that seal line, basically, that goes around the top, and then the roof is a different color. You have to worry about trying to mask the car off from the roof. So, beyond that, it's an okay kit. It's got a little bit more detail than some Fujimi curbsides do, but it's still, like I said, it's a curbside. It is a much better option if you want to build a Mini Cooper than the Revell-based kit, which has a bunch of proportional errors that make it just look weird when it's built, and it also builds up really weird. And really, I don't think I've met one person who enjoyed their experience building that particular kit. So, I believe this to be your Mini Cooper option in that respect. We got some Hasegawa kits. And these Hasegawa kits, for some reason, are portrait rather than landscape. Porsche 944 Turbo. Built starting in 1985, I guess. Be the easiest way to describe this, because I have the two kits at the same time. And you'll see the second one here in a second, that are based off the same tooling. The Porsche 944 Turbo. I'm not sure when this kit was actually tooled up originally. This is a 2013 reissue that they did. For being a limited edition kit, you can still find them out pretty much everywhere. I got this from Hobbylink Japan, so I mean they're still easily available. Hobbylink Japan can still get a hold of them. The side panel here shows the actual built kit itself, and you see here it does have an engine inside of it, so it is full detail. I believe it's an entire engine and not just a piece of one. It's not a whole heck of a lot to look at engine-wise, but then the real car didn't have a whole heck of a lot of engine to look at either. And then they made the subsequent car that followed this up, that being the Porsche 968. The 968 looks very much like a 928, but of course it's basically the 928's front end on the 944's back end. It's very obvious when you look at the two bodies side by side. On this kit side here, they've given you pictures of the actual car itself and the actual engine itself. These two kits, like I said, share a substantial amount of their tooling between the two. We need to drop this back down so we can see what we're doing again. The big separations here are wheels, obviously the body, and some interior pieces, as well as basically the top of the engine. Really, the engine itself, block-wise, is pretty much the same engine between the two of them. So you'll see there's a lot of carryover parts between the two, as far as shared pieces. They shared the tooling as much as they could, and just cool pieces of Porsche paraphernalia, if you will. Sorry, saying that 3 times fast. But two kits that have been on my radar for a while. Like I said, they were reissued in 2013. I didn't pick them up back then, but they're still, like I said, easily available, easy to find, and so I grabbed them because there were a couple of things for my Porsche collection that I just didn't have any representation of. Then we have this. This is another Fujimi kit, representing the mid-90s, I guess the E36 era. I don't think the E36 was the product name for the BMW 5 Series necessarily, but it's the same generation of BMW as like the Tamiya, and also which was a Reebok developed Germany kit. It's the same era as the Dragon M3. It's the same era as the Hasegawa 318s, but it's a curbside kit. It's built up a little weird, just because they made like 4 or 5 variants of this kit. There is available if you go digging for it, because it hasn't been reissued for a really long time. Just a 535 that doesn't have anything attached to it. And then you have the M5, which is obviously what this is. Then there's also a Schnitzer version, and there was also a Alpina version that they did. So there's like four versions of this kit. This one's still regularly available, ordered through Hobby Japan. It's like a $12 model kit, basically. It'll be a good shelf model. You're not going to win any contest with it, I don't think, unless you do a little bit of work to it. But if you're looking to fill a gap in your BMW collection, this era 5 Series is still available. When you start considering like how much some of the other kits from that genre are, the Dragon kits are always very, very expensive. The Revell of Germany Tamiya kit, depending on it's easy for me to say which kit you buy, because the Tamiya kit is the Revell of Germany kit, just in a Tamiya box with Tamiya decals and Tamiya tires. Other than that, the rest of the kit is a Revell of Germany kit. That 318 that Hasegawa did, they just reissued the race car, but the street car has been reissued for quite a while. There's also a 320i version of the same car by Hasegawa, which is just really a decal for the back deck that changes the logo on the back. There, of course, is the 325 BMW Tamiya Revell of Germany kit, the 840i Revell of Germany Tamiya kit, the Revell of Germany 7 Series kit that's always like over $100 if you could see one. One of those kits that it was so cheap because nobody wanted it, and then all of a sudden it became very, very popular and disappeared off the face of the earth for a reasonable price. There's just, I don't know. I sometimes I don't understand the way the world works in collectabilities, where certain kits will languish forever in a discount bin, if you will, and then all of a sudden, poof, they're the most popular thing on the face of the planet. A recent, and this was just reissued here a couple weeks ago, is this Fujimi kit. This is a packaging of the Carrera 2 and the Carrera 4 into one model kit. Has window masks for the first time. The main difference between the two of these is that the Carrera 2 is an automatic and the Carrera 4 is a manual transmission. And there are, of course, different, one has an automatic gear shift, the other has a stick shift, and there are separate pedal sets for the automatic, just having a gas and a brake, and the manual also having a clutch pedal. Beyond that, the only difference between these two kits is the decals. That's why I don't have 2 of them. A lot of times when they package these kits, I'll buy both. I'll buy 2 so I can build one each way. I really don't see the need to build one of each in this kit. I'm not that big a fan of 911s. It fills a slot in my Porsche collection, but I'm not so into 911s that I have to have them both, is what I'm trying to say. Curbside kit. This is not an Enthusiast Series kit. I'm sure it probably shares some of its original, tooling with the Enthusiast Series kits, but the Enthusiast Series kits were 1985 was the last of the Porsche Enthusiast series. And this is obviously a little further down the line in terms of year. And then, last but not least, an actual European kit. This being the reissue from last year, last fall, of the Heller Citroen 5CV Truffle. This is, of course, a very, very old Citroen, both in the tooling and the actual kit here. They're saying this was done, produced from 1922 to 1926 with a 850cc engine that got up to top speeds of 60 kilometers per hour. So, yeah, we're talking like ancient French right there. That's you know, in between the wars classic, I guess. It's not a big C classic, but it's in between the wars classic. Just, you know, it fits into that weird sort of genre of kits that I enjoy, where you know, build this out and you're going to be one of the very few people that actually has one. I got this through Hobby Link Japan's, why it's shrink wrapped. The old, you know, amusing gag there that anything you buy from Japan is usually open, and any kit that they import in Japan, they sell shrink wrapped. So it's shrink wrapped. Let's just take a peek at it and see what's all in there. I've looked at the instructions for it. It's a, you know, it's a vintage Heller piece, meaning that, you know, you can make something out of it if you take your time. It's not exactly going to throw itself together though. So guys, that's really it for this video. Like I said, it's gonna be a quick one. We're under 15 minutes, so everybody can actually sit there and blink a couple of times and wonder what just happened, how that video becomes so short. We'll be back again later this week with a video of the race car kits that we've acquired recently, and then we'll have another separate video for the Japanese kits that we've acquired recently, and again, not manufacturer, but actual Japanese cars. That one, guys, well, that was going to take a little bit. So enjoy your short video for this time, because you'll have to sit around for one in the coming days. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys on the other side.